Hello students, in this discussion we shall look at the various ecosystems, and to begin with we will start with the forest ecosystem. Okay, when I think you see a lot of forest we are in the coastal Western Ghats coastal region, we see a lot of forest. Okay, and we are fortunate that we have this forest which provides such a good weather and climate for this coastal area. So forests are formed by the community of plants which is predominantly structurally defined by its trees, shrubs, climbers and the ground cover. Okay, so forest includes everything like the ground cover, the climbers which climb on the tree, creepers, climbers, whatever you call. Then shrubs are small plants, and then trees. So the forest ecosystem, this also consists of living as well as non-living aspects. Okay. The non-living aspect means that is the abiotic conditions like the soil, the vegetation, the rainfall which falls, and the temperature. So this constitutes the non-living or abiotic aspects of the forest. For the forest to sustain itself, you require rainfall, you require proper soil, you require nutrition. Nutrition they get it from their own leaves which fall down, and they again get converted into nutrients, micronutrients for the like trees, shrubs, etc. And the rainfall and temperature they vary according to their location on the planet Earth, that is at which latitude and altitude they are located. Altitude means the height. Okay. Then comes the living or the biotic aspects of the forest, where you can see small animals as well as large animals. Okay. So small you can see rabbits, frogs, all the small animals, and big animals also like herbivorous as well as carnivorous animals like lion, tiger, wild buffalo, cows, all this kind of wild hen, all these things you will find them in the biotic aspects of the forest. So now we shall look at there are various types of forest ecosystems, but the forests are broadly classified into coniferous and broad-leaved forests. So basically the two types of forest, one is coniferous forest and the second one is the broad-leaved forest. So now we will discuss about this coniferous forest. Basically they are grown in the Himalayan region, Himalayan mountain region, where the temperatures are low and there is a lot of snow. Okay, these forests have tall, stately trees. You might have seen those in the movie and all. They show long, big, very long, straight trees are there, stately, very nice. They look with needle-like leaves. The leaves are like needle, like your Ashoka trees, or this oak trees, what we call. So they are needle-like leaves, and they are sloping downwards. Their branches are sloping downwards, so that when the snow falls, they slip off from the branches and come down. Okay, so that like a triangle, the tree itself is like a triangle with sloping branches. So this is the coniferous forest, and then we will discuss about the broad-leaved forest. So these are in this broad-leaved forest you have got many varieties, like you have got evergreen forest, you have got deciduous forest, thorn forest, mangrove forest. Okay, so we will discuss these four forests in the broad-leaved forest. Okay, here the leaves are broad. I think we will start with evergreen forest. So they are heavy rainfall in the Western Ghats. Now Karwar, Goa, these all come under the Western Ghats. And then you have got northeastern India, like Assam, Meghalaya, that is all northeast India. Some 7-8 states are there. And then the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, there also you will find this evergreen forest. They are always green. Even our Karwar, Goa also you can see along the road, the trees are always green. These forests grow in areas where the monsoon lasts for several months. So to be evergreen, like in Karwar and Goa also, you have rain for almost 4 to 5 months. Okay, so it starts from somewhere in June. June, July, August, September, October, almost 5 months you will have that rain. That is why you will find the evergreen forest. There is no dry leafless phase as in the deciduous forest. Here there is no leafless phase. The deciduous forest, while we will say next, there they in the due when the changes of season, the trees will shed all the leaves. They will become dry, and again they will grow. But here evergreen means it is always green only. An evergreen forest thus looks green throughout the year. The trees overlap with each other to form a continuous canopy, and thus very little light penetrates down the forest floor. So the trees are very close to each other, and they form like a canopy, so that the light doesn't fall onto the earth, because the earth is totally covered by the canopy of the trees. So this is about evergreen forest. Then you have got a deciduous forest, are found in regions with a moderate amount of seasonal rainfall that lasts only for few months. So here instead of 5 months, it may last for 1 or 2 months only. Then the deciduous trees shed their leaves during the winter and hot summer months. Okay, the forest frequently has a thick undergrowth, as light can penetrate easily on the forest floor. See what happens in this when the trees shed the leaves, so the sunlight is falling on the earth, and already because the leaves are fallen, there is a lot of nutrition on the earth. So you will have lot of vegetation on the forest floor. On the earth now there is a lot of vegetation, one because of the nutrients available, second due to the light falling on the forest floor. This is about deciduous forest. But when you go to this evergreen forest, you will not find a light on the forest floor, and has very little vegetation on the forest floor, like grass especially. Then your third, you have got the mangrove forest. We will see this mangrove. You have seen mangroves actually. I don't know where, in everywhere in Karwar, Goa, you will find this mangroves. You know what is mangrove? This is a very special type of trees. They are actually the plants which have adapted themselves for both saline water as well as fresh water. So you might have seen this mangrove near wherever these rivers and the streams are joining the ocean. Alongside that, you will have this where the roots are very tall. We are seen the roots are not only in the earth, but they are visible outside also. And these roots are breathing roots, which emerge from the mud banks. So they breathe, and that is how they have adapted themselves to both salt water as well as sweet water. Okay. So mangrove forests grow along the coast, especially in the river deltas. These plants are able to grow in a mix of saline and fresh water. They grow luxuriantly in muddy areas covered with silt that the rivers have brought. So rivers, when they are flowing, they bring that material that is known as silt. The mangrove trees have breathing roots that emerge from the mud banks. I think you might have all seen, you may not be knowing that, but this is a very famous and very important component of the ecosystem, this mangrove forest. You don't have forest, you have got small stretch of mangroves here, but in Sundarbans and all in West Bengal, you have got the like forest, like only a lot of mangroves are available. So now we should look at conservation of this forest. How to conserve the forest? So what we have seen some 2-3 things we would like to say. One thing is the people cut the trees from the forest and take them to use as a fuel. Okay, that is deforestation is taking place. One thing. Second thing, as you have seen in Australia, even in USA and all, there are a lot of wild forest fires. Luckily, in our region of Karwar, Goa and all, we did not have any forest fires so far. But there are a lot of forest fires also, and they damage lot of trees. So I think these are the two things which are damaging the forest ecosystem. And third is that people who go for hunting of the wild animals and all. So how to counter this? So we should go for conservation of the forest ecosystem. A government has got its own forest department. You might have seen everywhere forest departments are there, both in either Goa state also you have got, as well as in Karnataka also you have got. So the forest can be conserved only when its resources are used carefully. So, you should be very careful in using whatever resources you get from the forest. Even you get lot of Ayurvedic medicinal plants and a lot of rare plants are available in the forest which are not available in the mainland. So, one is this can be used by using alternate sources of energy instead of fuel wood. So, as you are aware, this fuel wood it is cut and taken and then dried and subsequently used as a fuel. Instead of that, we are supplying now LPG, so that LPG can be used as a alternate fuel instead of wood. Secondly, there is a need to grow more trees. So, whatever that deforestation has been done, cutting of trees in the forest, then we should do afforestation, so that we grow more trees. Okay, that is known as afforestation. The afforestation needs to be done continuously, from which fuel wood and timber can be judiciously used. So, this afforestation should be taken in a large scale, so that it can also be cut. Some part can be cut, and there is, I think, there is something called energy plantation also, where you grow trees specially to be cut. Okay, you are growing trees, fast growing trees which grow very fast. Within 2-3 years they are very tall, and then you can cut. So, you can have that energy plantation also. And lastly, to protect this forest, we have like Anshi National Ghat, Tiger Reserve, then Kotigawa National Park. So, you should have this national parks and wildlife sanctuaries where all the plants and animals can be preserved. So, luckily both the governments, the state governments are very active, and they have got they are conserving the nature forest ecosystem by having national parks, and they have got security guards sitting on the road, so that they check whatever is entering and what is going out of the place. So, this way they are able to curb this illegal hunting and all in the forest, and try to preserve the forest ecosystem. Thank you.